Hey all, I hope you had a nice new year. I wanted to get into the 2021 predictions that I had in my head. I should have done it last week, but here was a problem. I was just working like crazy with my wife's business, with my work. This is the worst time of the year. And my number one prediction, while it did play out, I should have made more money, but I took profits too early, was interest rates are going to steadily rise higher. And the reason is you have the Moderna vaccine, you have the Pfizer vaccine, and because of that, the economy is going to hopefully open back up. And my thought was interest rates are going to go higher, and they had nowhere but to go up. And the 10-year was ridiculously low earlier this year. I haven't talked about it. I think it was even in March. But yeah, also, I would expect higher inflation to come about. And the reason is, they're decided to print money like mad. Biden's administration is going to give, $2,000 checks. $600 have already been given out. And, it's Andrew Yang's theory coming to fruition. I mean, $3 trillion, that's what Biden wants as a stimulus plan. That's insane. And, you got to open up the economy, but they won't open up the economy, especially in states like Illinois, California, New York. Unfortunately, when you have a lockdown economy, many in the middle class are going to, rebel. And that's why they're talking about a similar Patriot Act to come into fruition this year. Biden was actually the author of the original Patriot Act that didn't get put in until 2001. He created it, I think, in 1994. There weren't enough votes for it. And now they're going to have a domestic Patriot Act, and it's going to go after the middle class. Specifically, the disenfranchised middle class that were Trump supporters. So they're coming after those guys without a shadow of a doubt. And, in terms of gold and silver, I like gold and silver right now. It's very attractive at these levels, especially when all this hot money is going to Bitcoin. The Fed overnight can announce, hey, we're going to come out with an alternative currency to Bitcoin, or alternative crypto besides Bitcoin. What would happen to Bitcoin? Bitcoin would just collapse overnight. It would basically go away like Parler. Parler, by the way, is going to be shut down today in a few hours. And no one wants to do business with them. And no one wants to do business with them because the mob is going to go after it. And I think after that, they're going to start going after Gap. Now, I haven't heard the mob talking about going after Telegram, which is quite interesting, which is encrypted, an encrypted app, what WhatsApp used to be. But WhatsApp now is signaling that now we're not going to be protecting privacy. Speaking of signaling, there's an app called Signal, which is supposed to protect conversations, but I don't see that happening. Elon Musk just tweeted in support of it. I think the globalists are going to go after that, or the power structure. So we have Bitcoin at all-time high, and because of Bitcoin being at all-time high, you have this inflation going on in the economy, right? Everything's shut down. They're printing monopoly money, giving it to us. So guys like me could just blow it on baseball cards, sports cards. I'm buying these autographed cards, just hoping that, someone on the White Sox, even though I'm not a White Sox fan, that one day, they go to the World Series and all their cards get bid up. And then I'll flip it at that point. That's what the Fed's telling me to do. It's telling me to be irresponsible. I'm buying all these autographed quarterbacks in the hopes of they may be the next, Aaron Rodgers. I bought Jordan Love's autographed National Treasures rookie card from 2020. He's the backup to Rodgers. I don't think Rodgers is going to go anywhere for the next few years. So they may end up trading Jordan Love like the Patriots traded Jimmy Garoppolo. So that's what I'm doing. I'm paying $40-$50. I can afford that. Patrick Mahomes rookie card, by the way, it went from, $50 a few years ago. You could have bought an autographed card while he was on the bench behind Alex Smith. And now a PSA 10 goes for over $100,000. There's not many of those cards out there. So, yeah, all this inflation, and speaking of gold, Bitcoin has a severe correction. That hot money that was in Bitcoin is going to go into gold. It's going to go into silver. And especially with the chaos that happened in Washington, D.C., regardless of whatever side you are going to defend, we can all agree that there's chaos that is going to be coming in the coming weeks and months ahead. You have to remember, Nancy Pelosi wants to impeach Donald Trump again. And on top of that, they're going after his businesses. They're going after his campaign. They don't want him to campaign. They really view him as a threat. And they're going after some of his supporters now. Some of the people that were at the rally or the riots, some of them are no-fly lists. Or if they happen to be at the protest, some of them are getting doxxed. So we're running into a situation where people probably snap, and that's not a good thing. And they're going after competitors to big tech, like Parler. Parler's going to be shut off. So there's going to be less confidence in government, and when there's less confidence in government, it should result in higher gold prices. It should result in higher silver prices. We've already seen the inflation, or we've already seen the stock market go up. We've already seen the price of sports cards go insanely high, which I have a sports cards channel, and I want those that are interested and, following there, I'll put the link below. So, that's what I predict for this year. I expect a good year for gold, a good year for silver, unless the politicians cool down their rhetoric. They're not going to do that. There's going to be so many angry people in the middle class. They think that, the election was stolen. And because of that, the anger is going to continue to brew. And we have lockdowns too. And, you don't see your family as much as for many of us, I don't see my dad as much, my mom. My dad is treating coronavirus patients. So, I don't see him. And other people may not want to see some of their older family members unless they constantly get tested. So, this year, unfortunately, will be another year of chaos, another year in lower confidence in government, and that should be good for the miners. That should be good for sports cards. That should be good for even equities because, money is going to come out of bonds too. So, yeah. It's, a wacky market, and we should continue to see this for a few years. And then, because of all this easy money, it's going to blow up in everyone's face. And the power trip that big tech is going on will ultimately, lead to, it'll just lead to bad karma for them. What goes up must go down because it's not done in a rational fashion. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.